Federal grand jury indicts tri-state terror suspect Christopher Cornell on 3 serious charges. If convicted, the Green Township man could spend the rest of his life in prison. Federal agents say Cornell cooked up a plot to use pipe bombs and weapons for an attack on the U.S. Capitol. Local 12's Joe Webb joins us now with what today's indictment means. Joe.
Well, Cammie, when agents arrested him last Wednesday, Christopher Cornell was charged with attempted murder of a government official and possession of a firearm to attempt a violent crime. Today, the federal grand jury added a 3rd charge, solicitation to commit a crime of violence. The penalties on these charges add up to 45 years to life in prison. Now, a 5-month federal investigation came to an end outside Point Blank gun shop in Colerain Township when federal agents arrested Christopher Cornell last week. He had just bought 2 assault rifles and 600 rounds of ammunition, which informants say he planned to use in his assault on the U.S. Capitol. The prosecutor says Cornell packed his bags, had them packed, and planned to take off for Washington after buying the guns. A confidential informant told agents he talked with Cornell several times about violent jihad and an attack on Congress. Cornell posted violent videos on his Twitter account and told the informant he had made contact with Islamic terrorist groups in the Middle East. Now, House Speaker John Boehner says the government used a top-secret FISA warrant to gather information on Cornell. The charges in the indictment do not reflect any claim that Christopher Cornell was working for ISIS, ISIL, or Al-Qaeda.
It looks to me like they could focus on the evidence that they've gathered through the use of their confidential informant and the statements that Cornell was making and the communications that he was making with that confidential human source, as the FBI calls them. And none of that information would be, I would expect, to be classified.
Now, under federal sentencing guidelines, Tierney says Cornell could face stiffer penalties if the prosecutor claims his crimes were terrorism related. Now, Cornell's case will be tried in front of Judge Sandra Beckwith. The indictment also lists Cornell's Muslim name, Rahil Marous Ubeda. And last week, his attorney had asked the judge to refer to him by that name. Cammie?
All right, Joe Webb, thank you. Christopher Cornell will appear in court on the charges tomorrow afternoon, and of course, we'll have that covered for you.
We have new